Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of Scouting 5, recapping scouting news from around the world for the week of October 19th, 2020. I'm Scouter Ken, and today I am recording from St. Albert, Alberta. It was Joe to Jody last weekend. I hope you were able to take part. I know I was. Spoke with scouts and scouters from a few different countries around the world. I don't have numbers yet. The jotojody.info website actually appears to be having some troubles this morning as I'm looking for statistics, and they haven't published any by email yet. But in the last few years, Joe T has pulled in around 1.5 million unique participants. I'm assuming that those numbers have probably gone up this year, especially since Joe Ta probably saw a bit of a downturn in numbers due to pandemic-related concerns. But I wouldn't be surprised if the internet-facing portion of the Jamboree on the Air, Jamboree on the Internet, saw record-breaking numbers this year. We'll have to wait, though. But I'm sure there will be statistics posted in the near future. Police in Thorold, Ontario, are investigating a break-and-enter at a Scout Canada camp. The break-in probably took place between October 12th and 13th at Camp Wetaskiwin, which is on Scout Camp Road near Thorold. And up to $10,000 worth of tools and equipment and sporting goods and lawn care items were stolen in the burglary. Police don't actually have a description of any of the suspects. I guess there's probably no camera footage covering the area, but they are asking anyone with information to call them at 905-688-4111, extension 9073. I assume that's the Ontario Provincial Police local dispatch in the Thorold area. And all this week, Salvador Ready Mix has been delivering loads of bedding sand to Resker Hall in Marysville, British Columbia. The scouts and local volunteers will use this to make sandbags for the coming winter. And of course, scouts in Kimberley, BC, and a few other places around the province routinely use sandbag sales as a fundraiser, especially, around now when the roads are getting slippery and the sidewalks are getting slippery, and there's a lot of people looking for bags of sand, either to have sand to spread around or to have additional weight to help their cars stay on the road a little bit better. Several hundred bags of sand will or already have been distributed to the Centex Mini Mart or the Mark Creek Market, the Shell Station in Kimberley, the Building Supply Company, as well as Save On Foods. Again, all of these located in and around Kimberley, British Columbia. The sandbags will have the Scout logo, so you know who you're supporting when you pick one up. And supporting these local merchants also helps them support scouting youth. So, remember to look for the Scout logo on the sandbags, and also remember to support not just the Scouts, but the merchants who are helping them by reselling these items. The Scouts in Kimberley do thank you for your support. They send a huge thanks to Salvador Ready Mix for the donation of sand that makes this all possible. The Cimarron Council of Boy Scouts of America, along with the support of Ponca City in Oklahoma, and the support of the United Way, developed a plan to move forward with a summer resident camp. Online planning meetings were held from the early part of spring through June. Volunteer leaders came together to devise safety plans based on CDC, state, and local recommendations. And local youth in Cimarron Council were able to participate in a week-long summer camp adventure. This took place at the Will Rogers Scout Reservation near Cleveland, Oklahoma. About 140 youth attended in total. Believe this was in July, but I could be wrong. I don't have the date written down just in front of me. They camped together, participated in programs together, ate together. Masks were made available through the efforts of the United Way. The council developed and finalized their plans with Dr. Thomas Snyder, the Cimarron Council Health Director. Every Scout, adult, and staff member was required to track the temperature for 14 days prior to camp. Upon arrival, temperatures were rechecked, and attendees were also checked for their temperature daily with digital thermometers, again provided by the United Way. The camp was staffed entirely by volunteer leaders, and as a result of their efforts, Scouts were able to swim, canoe, shoot rifles, shotguns, rock climb, and many other activities traditionally associated with a scouting camp in the summer. Over 120 merit badges were completed, and 181 Scouts received partials. After the camp ended, staff members followed up with each attending unit for 3 weeks, and the results of their efforts? No COVID cases. So, well done all. That is actually really quite an incredible result. A former Scout leader and soldier has been convicted of a string of offenses targeting children. Oliver Cooper from Bognor in the United Kingdom was found guilty of 3 counts of sexual assault on girls as young as 6, as well as taking indecent photographs of children, as well as 13 counts of voyeurism. The 27-year-old student was a Beaver Scout leader in the Horsham area at the time he committed the offenses, which was more than 2 years ago. Appearing at Lewes Crown Court this month, the judge in the case said that the former household cavalry soldier also showed a lack of remorse for his actions, and as a result sentenced him to 6 years in prison. The Scout Association and West Sussex Children's Services were informed as soon as allegations were made against him, and worked with police to ensure all necessary safeguarding precautions were taken. He appeared at the Lewes Crown Court last week, was found guilty of 2 counts of assault on a girl aged 6, 1 count of assault on a girl also aged 6, 1 count of taking indecent photographs, and again, those 13 counts of voyeurism. And in other bad news, a former Scout leader in the Moray area, I believe that's in Speyside in the UK, has been ordered to start saving money to repay about £1,433 that she embezzled from her group. Louise Gordon took membership fees from children to pay off debts between January 2017 and February 2019. She had unfortunately lost her job. The Elgin Sheriff Court yesterday gave her 6 months to repay the cash after she pleaded guilty at a previous hearing. Gordon was appointed a leader of the Beavers in Arbor in 2016, and she also accepted financial responsibilities for the group at that time. In March 2019, the District Scouts Commissioner made contact with Mrs. Gordon to request overdue yearly memberships be sent. When he didn't receive it, he ordered that the records of the group be produced immediately, which showed about £90 in their account, when there should have been quite a lot more. Further investigations established that membership incomes from families, which should have totaled £3,122, were declared at just £1,689. Gordon actually did initially offer to repay money to the group, but the gesture was not accepted by its members, who contacted the police. And of course, now she has been ordered by a court to make the money right, but at the outcome of criminal proceedings. Let's end on a good note. More than 400 young Africans were honored last week for their leadership in addressing plastic pollution in their communities as part of the Tide Turners Plastic Challenge. At a high-level event, political leaders, senior UN officials, Grammy-nominated musician Rocky Dawuni, all lauded the leadership shown by these young people, many of them scouts, in global efforts to fight plastic pollution. The African Youth Summit, the Tide Turners Plastic Challenge, acknowledged the role of more than 400 champions who have completed all 3 levels of the Tide Turners Challenge badge. Participation in the challenge involves showing leadership by raising awareness through social media, championing plastic waste collection campaigns, and then demonstrating sustainability in their own lives, reducing plastic usage, among other things. Funded by the United Kingdom for the past couple of years, the Tide Turners Challenge has been completed by more than 225,000 young people in over 25 countries, including 50,000 in Africa. The challenge takes participants on a learning journey consisting of 3 different levels: entry, leader, and champion. More than 1,500 young people ultimately attended the summit, organized by the UN Environment Programme in partnership with the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, the World Organization of the Scouting Movement, and Junior Achievement Africa. So well done, young men and women. And that is all the news I have for you this week. Thank you again for listening. Apologies that this episode is running a little bit late, but until next time, be prepared.